Looks like I'm live here. What's going on, YouTube? It's Brian Rose. I'm here at the studios, and I'm just checking in because I wanted to answer all sorts of questions that a bunch of people are asking me. They're coming through on my DMs. They're coming through on Instagram. They're coming through everywhere. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to jump on here live and answer a bunch of questions. Obviously, we have gone heavy into the DeFi space, and DeFi is short for decentralized finance. It's what we use cryptocurrencies for. It's like the end use case of these things. And I've been actually having conversations on London Real since 2013 about cryptocurrencies. We were talking about Bitcoin back then. We talked about the future of money, the internet of money, but it didn't all come together until really the last 18 months. And it's so exciting what's happening now. We've been in this space now for probably about 4 months. And we've already spoke with some of the experts in this space. I spoke to Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, that has $5 billion worth of Bitcoin on his balance sheet. He's a public company. And I've spoken with other people like Dan Moorhead last week that runs $3 billion worth of asset management in crypto, who I actually worked with at Bankers Trust back in the 90s. I've spoken with people like Raoul Paul, ex-Goldman Sachs hedge fund sales guy, who's been watching the space and said, Brian, this is going to be bigger than the internet. The adoption here is almost double that of the internet and mobile phones. I mean, just think about that. The adoption of cryptocurrency and DeFi assets is almost double that of the biggest advancement in technology that you and I ever saw in our lives, which was mobile phone usage and the dot-com startup and the internets. I was there. I was in New York City at the time, and it's happening here now. And that's what makes it super exciting. The beautiful thing is that we can all be a part of this. And that's one of the reasons it's growing so fast. And so today I want to talk about just some key insights you need to have about cryptocurrency and DeFi. I'm getting phone calls from people all from my past saying, Brian, what's going on with this crypto stuff? How do I invest in DeFi? I was just shocked by how many people are contacting me because they know something's happening, but they don't know what to do. And I want to address that now tonight. I want to talk about Ethereum. I want to talk about Cardano. I want to talk about Solana. I want to talk about a bunch of other issues that are coming up that people are asking me about. I also want to share what I'm hearing from some of the top guests in the world and what I'm hearing behind the scenes. And lastly, I want to share with you what my students are doing for their portfolio gain this month. And behind the scenes, we have a big Trader of the Month and Trade of the Month happening in my Market Wizards group. These are people that have graduated from my DeFi Academy. Inside this group, we are transparent about our positions. So everyone knows the coins they hold, the size of the positions, the trades they're putting on. And so this month we're giving away, I'm giving away a bunch of crypto to the winners. And so we're seeing top trades of the month and top returns of the month. One of my students down in New Zealand is up 69% on the month. It's a combination. He just posted his portfolio of Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and Cardano. I got another one of my students who's up big trading Bitcoin call options, and a couple other students trading Rune, which is Thorchain, and XLM, which is Stellar, some smaller coins that are making some big gains. And so I want to talk more about that at the end, but we've got a bunch of really interesting information sources here at London Real and the DeFi Academy that are different from what everyone else has out there. And again, I love all of the contributors in the crypto space right now. There's some incredible people out there we've had on the show that produce content, but we are having live on the show the top people in this space, 2 or 3 episodes a week. So I'm getting like 9 hours of the best in the business, and they're talking to me about what's really happening on the ground. And I'm trying to distill it into what I see with my 15 years in the finance industry. And also I've got hundreds of students in the background from all over the world that are actively trading these markets, and a lot of times tell me about new things that are happening before that even appears on some of the news websites. So I think I want to bring something unique to the table, and that's what I think I bring that's unique. A lot of people do videos about coins and videos about market trends, and that's amazing. But I actually bring something unique, which is that banking experience in the centralized finance. I know the bad banks, I used to be one of those. And now I want to do something to stop the centralized finance dominating your life and your financial system. But I also am talking to people like Raoul Paul, Dan Moorhead, Michael Saylor. I've got the CEO of Compound was on Friday. I've got the CEO of Aave on tomorrow. These are 2 of the biggest platforms when it comes to yield swapping out there that have created the building blocks of crypto and DeFi. I'm having multiple hour-long conversations with them and more conversations in the background, and I'm streaming the live for you. And on top of that, I've got students that I'm teaching that are investing, and they're showing their portfolios every single month and showing us the real gains they're making. So we've got a real interesting place here where we can try to get this information back out to you. Again, the more people in this space, the better. And this space is really blowing up. So I want to talk about some of the things that I've watched and listened. I really appreciate all the comments that are coming in here on YouTube and on Instagram as well. So please drop some comments in here. I'm going to try to read them as fast as I can, although they're all also blasting in here. Let me talk about those, and then I'll come back to you. And again, just to let everyone know, and I tell my students like this, we don't have any affiliations with coins, platforms, devices, apps, or anything. So right now, we just give you the information that's transparent, and you make the decision. We have an academy where we teach people these things. People join that. The reason I'm here this week is because we have a break in between my 2 classes inside the DeFi Academy. We're about to launch our 3rd class ever. This thing is just massively oversubscribed. There's people all over the world. And so I've got a break this week, but I'm going back in and teaching starting Tuesday for our next class. And I'll be in there for 4 weeks teaching these people. And we do 2 hours of live instruction every week. There's tons of things happening. People are actively getting involved in these markets and putting on trades in yield swapping, in liquidity pools, in options, and they're buying things, hot wallets, cold wallets, trading disciplines. They're doing everything. So that's what's going on. DeFi Academy. I'm sure you've seen me talking about that. There's links below if you want to go apply to be part of that academy, or you can go to defiacademy.tv or londonreal.tv/DeFi. But right now I want to talk about what I'm seeing on the inside. Again, leave me your comments below, and I'll also tell you about how people are out there, making money and doing stuff. So I appreciate these comments coming through here. They're all over the place. We got people in South Africa. We got people asking me about Bitcoin. We got people asking me about Solana. We got people asking me about Ethereum. It's hitting its highs today. These are all really good questions, and I'm going to try to see if I can answer them for you right now. First, let me just give you a big picture on everything. I've had, again, probably 10 or 15 of the top names in crypto. We've got 2 guests a week going out for the rest of the year. I've got the founder of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, here in 10 days, who just added $50 billion of market cap to his blockchain in 2 weeks. Double the price of his coin. We've got the top level people in here. I got the CEO of Aave here tomorrow. The CEO of Compound was here last week. We've got them all coming in here, and they all are telling me a certain message. And I want to just hit this home for you, because I started off in the world of finance in 1993. I moved from Boston to New York City. I graduated as a mechanical engineer, bachelor's degree. I was 22. And I went on a trading floor for a company called Bankers Trust. It was right next to the World Trade Center. I used to take the subway into the World Trade Center. I used to look up at it because it was so impressive and such a beautiful building. And I got to understand what it was like to trade and be in banking for so long. And while I learned a ton, and I really got this old school education when it comes to finance, I also saw the limitations of central finance. And one of those limitations was innovation and transparency. And that never really existed in the banking industry until DeFi. And that's why I'm so excited about this space, because I've never seen the level of innovation and transparency and opportunity for us all to be a part of our own financial system where there aren't gatekeepers and people that make the rules. And there's a great analogy to Facebook. One of my guests was on the show named Raul Paul, and he said, when I look at Facebook, he said, we can all agree that Facebook was helpful for us. We got in touch with all those people from high school that we thought we needed to talk to on a regular basis. Then we realized we didn't need to talk to them on a regular basis. We got pictures up there. We shared information. That was great. But who got rich? Mark Zuckerberg got rich. Who made the rules? Mark Zuckerberg made the rules. And none of us really actively participated in all of our information. As a matter of fact, you became the product by giving your information to them. And it wasn't really fair, because you don't have any of the upside, and that way you're not really that interested in Facebook becoming bigger. What we have now is something different. This is the internet of value. This is a place where we can finally actually swap value with each other, and we can transfer value between each other. And it's peer-to-peer, which means no one else is calling the shots and no one else is gaining except for us, the community and the investors, because we own the coins. That's why it's growing so fast. Again, this is a really important point. That's why it's growing so fast, because this is peer-to-peer, and we are creating our own future reality, and we want it transparent, and we want it fair, and we want it trustless, and we want all these protocols to happen, and we're tired of the banks telling us what to do and and ripping a lot of transaction fees and hidden costs out of our money. Trust me, I used to do this, and I don't trust the banks to manage our money fairly. And so that's why this is growing so fast. And again, so many guests on here talking to me about this. Dan Moorhead, former bank trust colleague, now runs $3 billion of capital for Pantera Capital, has a Bitcoin fund since 2013, said, Brian, there's a decade left in this trade, meaning this market's going to be hot. He said, every young person I meet, I tell them blockchain, get into blockchain. He's like, I just hired a 17-year-old kid to work for us. He said, it's blockchain, blockchain. That's the future. When he graduated from college and when I graduated, it was finance. That was where all the hot stuff was happening. 10 years earlier, it was oil, probably, right? 10 years later, it was technology. Now it's blockchain. So this is happening, and you can either be late to the party or you can be early to the party. Strangely enough, it's still time to get in on the party right now. And that's what's really, really important. So some great comments here. I got CS Claire on the Instagram saying, keeping it real, Brian, appreciate real. We got Neon saying, keep up the fight. And I got someone else that said F the banks from Dean. And look, that's the way I feel. We just put out a video recently on my social, just talking about how we don't think the banks are doing the right thing for us. It's time for us to fight back. And the way to fight back is by being allowed to invest your money how you want and invest in these blockchain networks. It's so important right now, and we want to fight for this. So I just want to tell you that I'm hearing this from really intelligent people. Michael Saylor graduated from MIT with me a couple of years before. He's the CEO of MicroStrategy, one of the biggest public companies in America. And he put it all on the line last year and said, guess what? I'm going to put Bitcoin on my balance sheet as a public company. Nobody was doing this. He's the guy that told Elon Musk to buy Bitcoin on Tesla's balance sheet. So this guy was originally in it. He's still buying Bitcoin, $5 billion worth of Bitcoin on his balance sheet. And guess what happened to his stock price? It went up 10x. And guess what he did? He bought more Bitcoin. And so the market is giving feedback here. And I want to wake everybody up here and say, get involved now. This is the time to do it. You've got to get involved in these markets. And again, there's lots of things to do. There's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, there's Cardano, there's Solana, there's lots of different trades, but you've got to get educated. You got to understand security. And that's why in my academy, we talk about hot wallets and cold wallets. You got to know about how to move these coins around. You also have to have some trading disciplines in place. And most people out there punting crypto have no trading disciplines, which is why I think the figure is 80 or 90% of crypto day traders lose money. If you're one of those, type yes in the chat. It's because most people are transacting too often, and you're transacting on emotion, and you're transacting on news headlines that come on your mobile phones that are usually a bunch of nonsense. I had a guest on last week that said the news lags reality. He said, so something will happen, and then the news will report on it after the fact, And he had a really good point. It's true. Like, the news doesn't actually lead what's happening. It's old news a lot of times. So you have to understand that relationship with news. So again, I just wanted to go live here and try to answer as many questions as I can. There are just a lot of things are flopping up now here. So I appreciate everybody here on YouTube that's doing this. And then of course on Instagram, there's a bunch of yeses coming up here that say, yes, that means you're probably trading on emotion. You're probably day trading too much, which is why inside my academy, we go old school. And I really try to just get everybody to slow it down, put some trading principles in place. I got some people that are on Instagram saying I'm a hodler. And look, I'm all about having a core position. And that's what hodlers are. I'm going to hold it until, hold on for dear life, hold it through the ups and the downs. But I think also when we know this market corrects sometimes by 80, 90%, we know that if the market's doing this and you can trade it intelligently, you can make money on those upswings and downswings and upswings and downswings. And that's why we like to take a small percentage of our portfolio and trade it. To do that, you need some basic discipline. So again, I'm all for having a small percentage and hodling, but I really think you can actively trade as well. And my students right now are putting on their positions for September 1st. We have something called the 10 coin rule inside my academy and my wizards group. I won't go into that into detail, but it's all about trying not to have 50 coins that you're trying to punt and worry about all the stories. Again, you can go down the rabbit hole when it comes to news here. And that's just as dangerous as buying the wrong coin. Is just honestly watching the news too much and reading too many articles to where this just takes over your life. That's also dangerous, and it can also make you lose money. So anyways, just want to say that's what I'm seeing. Now's the time to get involved. Now's the time to get here and get excited about this. And you're not too late. You're not too late. That's what's really important to know. And again, a study just came out this morning from CNBC that shows that 1 in 10 people in the US are now investing in cryptos. I've got another study that says by the end of the year, 22% of Americans will own crypto. 22%, 1 in 5. And most of them have no idea what to do with it. Isn't that crazy? Just type yes in the chat if you own crypto and you don't know what to do with it. You know, I was talking to my plumber the other day and he said, Brian, I saw that DeFi stuff you're doing. He's like, I think I own some crypto. And I'm like, well, you don't know? He said, yeah, I bought some of this and that. I don't know what to do with it. I don't even know where it is. And I'm just like, oh man, there are things you can do with your crypto. You can finance it. You can earn interest on it. You can put it in protocols. You can hold it. You can actively trade it. You need to make sure you're putting it in a secure manner on your cold wallet, on your hot wallet. You can be parts of trading groups where you can find out what's the next thing that's happening. And we saw big pops in Solana and Cardano, which I'll talk about at the end here. But you need to be part of a community that you trust. All the people inside my community, it's their real names, it's their real faces. They posted video. We know where they live. We know their positions. It's a lot better than some, random forum or, somebody on Reddit who's got a funny name or some Twitter handle that's not real. You just don't know what's going on sometimes. So again, if you're out there and you own crypto and you don't know what to do with it, you're not alone. And that's why we are teaching all this stuff in the DeFi Academy, and we love it, and we love what's going on, and I love the community, and everybody out there loves it because they're like, I'm not the weirdo anymore at the party or at Thanksgiving or at Christmas that's talking about crypto. I thought I was the weirdo. Now you're with a bunch of other weirdos, and we are building the future. Last thing I want to say before I go to a couple more stats is that this has a higher goal as well, because there's 2 billion people in the world right now that we call unbanked. And these people, a chunk of them are in Africa, some are in Asia, some are in South America, some are even in America that can't get access to banking because of whatever rules there is or whatever governments or whatever is going on. So it means they can't borrow, they can't lend, they can't save, they can't invest in their currencies. And I think that's a fundamental violation of a basic human right. I think this is one of the last human rights that's being violated on a daily basis, and it's unacceptable. It really bothers me that these people can't get access and can't store value. And again, I was making I had a conversation with my daughter, Gabby. She's 17 years old. She was here in studio, and she didn't own crypto before the episode. And I said, my mom, Betty Rose, 76 years old, lives in San Diego. She's worked her life, and she invested her savings into property, and she's got rental properties, and they pay her an income, and they allow her to live, and she travels around the world. And that's my mom. There's another 76-year-old woman right now in Ethiopia who had 3 kids like my mom, was a single mother, worked her whole life, but she was never able to save in anything that kept its value. Think about this. She saved in a local currency that got devalued. She saved and put it into a business that got taken over by the government, or because there was chaos in the country, all of that got devalued. She never had a real asset she could invest in. So now she struggles where my mom doesn't. That is fundamentally unfair. And we want to change that. Imagine if this woman in Ethiopia had access to Bitcoin 20 years ago. She could have been saving. And so, again, there's some fundamentals here that we're really fighting for and we're really passionate about. And so, again, I want people to be a part of this. And again, we can all create value. We can make money, and we can provide services for people around the world at the same time. And I think it all has to happen in conjunction with one another. So again, please leave me your questions. I really appreciate everybody being here today. A couple more stats. It's really important for you. The CNBC survey went on to say that those who have invested in crypto do so for a few reasons. 60% of them do so because they believe in the potential for long-term growth. Again, this is 1 in 10 Americans investing in crypto, which is going up to 2 in 10 by year end, because they believe in the long-term growth. That's 60%. 44% believe in high growth for a short period of time, which is happening right now. 33% are investing it because of the ease of making their own trades. They're sick and tired of having been told, I got to go to an exchange. Or even if you go to Robinhood, they might suspend trading. Everyone's sick of that. I had Dan Moorhead on the other day. He said 13 years Bitcoin has been running. It's never been suspended once. The regulators didn't have to come in and stop trading to protect everybody. It's never been down once for not even an hour. He said, you can't say that about any banking system in the world. You can't even say that about Google and Facebook. This system is bulletproof. So again, a lot of people are really interested in this, and they want to do it for the right reasons. This is going one way. All right. Trust me, the days of this being a flash in a pan or crypto being for terrorists and money launderers, that's not true anymore. In fact, if you want to go find money launderers, look at HSBC, and the big banking institutions. They're the ones that get busted every year for money laundering and criminal organizations. That's not what's happening in crypto and DeFi anymore. What's happening is fairness and financial freedom, and we believe in that in a big way. So again, that's what I'm seeing from the top level here. I want to keep doing these lives and put you in touch with what I see from these guests, and hopefully they can add value to you so you can put on positions and put on whatever you want to put on. Let me tell you about something that my students are seeing inside my Wizards group. And again, I don't want to give away too much, but I want to tell you what they're seeing. Again, one of my students saw 69% returns with a combination of Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and Cardano, but also strict trading discipline. He put stop losses in, he put gains in. So he's like, I could have made more on my Solana trade, but I got out and I locked in my gains. And that's what we emphasize more than anything around here is trading discipline. I don't care if you can buy the low and sell the high one day this month, and you can tell me about the one trade you did well on a couple months ago. I'm talking about your whole portfolio over months and months and years. Can you show me double-digit gains for 10 years in a row? If you can do that, then your portfolio is going to grow exponentially. But if you're up 200% one day and down 400% the next day, which is most crypto traders, then that's not very helpful. So I'm really impressed with my students that are in there trading with discipline. Also, one of my students is out there experimenting with call options on Bitcoin. And again, we teach all of our students about options. Again, options involve more risk, but also they can be really good for customizing payoffs and managing risk. And one of my students had some really big gains, up 150% buying some Bitcoin call options in August, making over $11,000. So congratulations. And then a couple other students making big gains, 130% returns on Rune, which is Thorchain, and 400+% returns on Stellar, which is XLM. Just want to give them a shout out, and the best of the other wizards in there as well. Some great trading going on. And again, transparent portfolios. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I'm really excited to see people out there going in with real trading discipline and making these big wins and these big gains and learning about their money and taking control of their money. So I really appreciate that. So look, I want to wrap this up. This is Brian Rose Live. I'm going to try to do these as often as possible. I appreciate the questions in here. There's so many of them coming in here that I'm trying to give everybody a little bit love off here. I got somebody on YouTube that says most would be better off just holding good coins. And look, I agree. Most of the experts I talk to have a core position in things that they think are going to be here for the long run. That's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum, perhaps that's Cardano or Solana. And then we also like to place smaller positions in some of those coins we think are going to 100x. We also like to trade these positions with a real discipline so we can ride them up and ride them down. Because we know this market's going to have corrections. We know this market has volatility. I think the days of just hodling and locking your doors and shutting everything down for 10 years are over. You can hodl all you want, but if you do that, you don't need us. You don't need information. But you can, if you want to actually do some trading, and I'm not talking about day trading, I'm talking about intelligent trading and investing, there's a real opportunity here. And again, it's not too late. Now's the time to get involved here. I got somebody here, Real Hi-Fi Help says, I'm setting up again for the next crash. Good. All of my students have stop loss trades in for everything they buy. That means if the market drops by, X%, 5%, they're out. They're out. So we're constantly prepared for the market to drop, but we're also ready to take advantage of that. And maybe that means we go and do some short positions. Maybe that means we go and put some option trades on. Maybe it means we have some things in cash so we can buy the bottoms. That's important. But again, we're not day trading here. We're not trading on emotion. We're not trading on our mobile phones, okay? We're not trading at night. We're not trading when we're drunk. We're not trading when we're angry. We're not trading when we're sad. We're trading in a disciplined manner that's quite infrequent compared to what the market wants you to do. And that's, again, what's really important about having mentorship and a trading peer group and some real discipline and some trading rules. We have 8 trading rules that everybody follows, and it's really, really helped people lock in some great gains for this month, and I'm bullish on the future. So a couple things going on here as well. Awesome stuff. We got some great comments coming in here on Instagram as well. A lot of people asking questions about what's going on. And look, everything needs to be vetted. The DeFi and crypto space went through a period in 2017 and 18 where everybody did an ICO. And there was a lot of great ideas that never went anywhere. And there was also a bunch of pump and dumps and scams and nonsense. So you have to be careful with what's going on out there. And again, I always tell everybody, assume all of your capital is risk all the time. But that being said, there are some intelligent investments. We look at the top 50 market caps on CoinMarketCap on a regular basis. We literally speak to the CEOs and founders. We speak to the VC funds that are investing in these startups. There's a way to vet these things and to look at the track record, to look at the size of the market. So it's not like one or the other. And all this stuff happens in tech startups or any startups. There's always some companies that make it, some companies that don't, some companies that have ideas, and some companies that execute. And that's why it's about having the great information, but also putting in intelligent stop losses and stop gains, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So again, leave your questions if you got them here. I'll try to answer them here with the last bit as well. I think my 8 rules, trading rules, is going to be a downloadable piece that we're going to have soon. Again, it's all located on DeFiAcademy.tv, where we've got those basics, or go to LondonReal.tv/DeFi. We're going to have downloadable 8 trading rules. I've got a 40-minute webinar where I walk you through some basic trading disciplines, some basics on security. All of that's for free. We've got all of our episodes on YouTube that are for free. I've got my DeFi lives that I do here in the studio. I'm doing one Thursday where I just give free information when it comes to trading, security, liquidity pools, yield swapping, options trading. It's all free. Go to our website, LondonReal.tv. You can go watch all that for free. 2-hour interviews with some of the best in the business. We've got 2 live streaming this week. Tomorrow, I've got the founder of Aave, one of the biggest yield farming apps in the business. Tomorrow at 12:30, Stanley Kulichev. And then on Friday, I've got Anthony Scaramucci, who runs a couple $2 billion of capital, was press secretary for Donald Trump for about 11 days. The mooch is in the house. And every week, we've got 2 to 3 professionals, including Charles Hoskinson of Cardano the following week. We're here, live, streaming, asking the questions, to try to get you the information. Again, final thoughts are this. You got 150 million people out there that own crypto. That'll go up to probably 200+ million by the end of the year. Most of them have no idea what they're doing. Straight up. They also have no idea how to secure these assets. So you're going to get hacked. You're going to get scanned. Someone's going to hack your SIM card. Someone's going to hack your email address, and it's all gone. People have thousands or tens of thousands of dollars in these instruments, and they don't even know how to protect them, how to trade them, how to move them, how to finance them. So that's why I think education is crucial. That's why we created DeFi Academy. That's why I take about 100 students through a 4-week intense, crypto DeFi bootcamp for 4 weeks. And then they go into my trading peer group, and we're there for years investing in this ecosystem. Education is crucial for us. Get yourself educated. There's tons of free content out there. And if you want to go to the next level, you can get inside our academy. You can walk through the protocols. You can learn the lessons. You can do the hard work to get to the next level. But this isn't just about learning crypto. This is the future of finance. This is your future investments. This is, honestly, I believe, your freedom as well. There's going to be a point in time where you're going to want to spend your money how you want. And look what the banks are doing. They're shutting things down. Look, recently we saw, OnlyFans. You can say what you want about OnlyFans, and no, I don't have an OnlyFans account. You want me to have one? Leave me something in the comment. Maybe we can work something out. But the fact that the banks could tell OnlyFans to stop allowing adult content to happen, something that is protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution, doesn't that seem wrong to you? Doesn't that seem wrong to you that a bank could override the First Amendment of the Constitution, or a basic human right, wherever you are around the world? And that's what they did until they got pushback and said, guess what? That's not okay. So we see our financial institutions and our government constantly trying to control us and taking our freedoms away. One of the best ways to do it is through your money. And guess what? They're already doing it. You just don't even know they are, because they do it in a way that you don't even know it's happening. And so I think it's time that we say enough is enough. We should control how we move our money. It's your money, for God's sakes. You worked hard for it. It's not their money. Why should they tell you how to invest it? There's something fundamentally wrong with that. And if we don't look out for these basic human rights, and we don't try to protect our own financial freedom, it's going to be taken away. One of the best ways is through DeFi protocols and owning crypto, because then you can choose what you want to do with it. And look, it sounds like OnlyFans retreated a little bit. And again, regardless of what I think, whether that content should be on OnlyFans or not, I haven't been on the platform. I'm sure it's amazing. But again, it should be someone's right to be able to do that. And it should be their right to be able to run a business like that, as long as it's a legal thing to do. And it is. So I don't like it when banks and governments try to come in and try to tell us what to do with pressure. And this is a great way to fight back and take ownership. So again, this has been Brian Rose Live. I hope this has been helpful. If it has, leave me a comment below and tell me what you want me to talk about next time. I'll try to come in here and drop some more science on you. Again, I have, I think, 3 jobs. One is to try to boil down all of the best ideas I'm hearing from the top leaders in the crypto space. The second thing I can do is process that through 15 years of trading and being a banker in the financial system. I've traded everything from credit derivatives to fixed income derivatives to equities to foreign exchange. And I've sat next to some of the best traders in the world, and I've learned a lot from them. So I can give it to you through that lens. And finally, we have a group, a trading peer group. We call it our DeFi market wizards, of people that have graduated from my academy that are being transparent about their wins, their losses, their trials, their tribulations. And I can reflect back to you what's actually working in the marketplace. So we bring something super unique to the table, 3 things actually, and we want to keep bringing that to you. I think there's a lot of great creators in this space, but none of them are doing exactly what we're doing here. So we're going to stick to this. If you have more questions or want to know more about any of these things, leave me comments below. I'll try to go live here, I don't know, at least once a week, maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. Who knows? Maybe I'll start doing this in the taxi going home, or I'll do this from the shower or something. I don't know. But again, leave me your comments and questions and let me know how we can help you the most. Again, watch us live tomorrow. Go to DeFiAcademy.tv if you want to sign up and apply to be part of our academy. It's 4 weeks. It starts on Tuesday, by the way, our next academy. It's an amazing group of people. And once you graduate, you can become part of our market wizards. And that's a small trading group where we're super transparent. And we're going to be here for years, making big gains and creating great infrastructure in this business. We're all about education. We've been actually doing this for 7 years. We're really good at it. And we've got just amazing people from all over the world. Matter of fact, our Kiwis and Aussies and our people in Singapore are rocking it probably harder than some of the rest right now. So the Yanks need to step it up. And some of the people here in the UK and the Germans need to step it up too. And South Africans, we got people from like 40 different countries, all rocking this. Some high-level people, some people that have been in the space since 2013, some people that just started, some people that already have DeFi apps that they created, and some people that, can't spell NFT. We got people that are new to this space, and we're all exchanging ideas, and we're stronger because of it. There's that old saying, you can go fast alone or you can go further together. And we think we want to go further together. And that's what we're doing here in the DeFi Academy. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. Been great talking to you. I'll try to answer some of these questions after the fact. Again, if this was helpful, share the video with a friend. Come to DeFi Academy and apply to be part of our course. Again, it's simple. Just name and email. And again, I read all the applications personally. Just tell me why you think you should be a part of our group. And I look forward to seeing you on the first live call next Tuesday and being a part of this great ecosystem. It's not too late. But again, if you wait a year, it's going to be too late. 2022, I think, will be too late. So get in now. Be part of this incredible movement. It's so exciting. It's got me where I can't sleep at night. And I'm so positively sure that what we're doing is exactly where we need to be right now. This is, I think, the most important thing right now for us to focus on. I think it's an important step for humanity, for our human rights, for our freedoms, for everything. And I think we'll look back on this in 10 years and agree. So again, thank you to everybody out there. Thank you to my students. Thank you to all the viewers. Thank you to everybody who's supporting us. Thank you for all the hard questions as well. We appreciate all that stuff. And I'll see you live tomorrow with the CEO of Aave. I'll see you inside the Academy. And again, all of our content's free on LondonReal.tv. You can watch all the old episodes and all that good stuff as well. So that's it. Signing off here. See you next time for Brian Rose Live. And have a good one. Get in there and get long some cryptocurrency. Even if it's in small size, you'll learn a lot about the markets, about yourself, and it'll set you up for a long-term ownership of your finances. That's what we need. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he has a great line, and I'll leave you on this. Robert Kiyosaki, who's been in studio here, his wife Kim has been here. I've been out to Phoenix to interview him. That interview has been watched like 20 million times, something crazy. He said, Brian, poor people work for money. Rich people make money work for them. Think about it. All right? Think about that. Rich people own assets. That's how they make money work for them. Poor people wait for a paycheck every month. They're addicted to a paycheck. Someone else controls their life. Think about that. Crypto and DeFi are assets. That's how you build your future. That's how you build your financial independence. And that's how you make money work for you. All right? So dropping a little science here. That's kind of what we do on the inside. Think about that today. Lots of love. I'll see you next time when we go live. All right. Bye, everybody. I'm signing out here. Take care.